quite active on Twitter, and I see that you met Donald Trump and another man.
Yes.
I'm happy to say your tweets are very different. What do you think of him?
Well, there's the figure on television and what you read about. It's a volatile picture that you get of somebody because he seems to change views. But then there's the person that we met. I was with a group of African leaders during the last UN General Assembly in September in New York. About 8 or 9 of us were invited by him to lunch. And the impression that he conveyed, the sense of himself that we all got was very different from the public image that we had. First of all, a certain humility. You know, he walked in, I don't know too much about your place, and I've called you here for you to tell me a little bit so I can know a little bit more. Just have one, he made the statement, I have 1 or 2 friends who've gone there and may come to your countries and made lots of money.
Yes.
And congratulate you for that.
Yeah.
Congratulate you for that. But the attitude that he showed at that lunch, I think most of the people, and there were some very wise, and I'm one of the newest in the leadership circle in Africa. I've been there, 10 months? But some of them who had been there for a long time, I could see were significantly surprised, positively so, by his manner.
When it comes to Africa, do you think Donald Trump will be good for Africa? Obviously, he touts his America First policy. You seem to have negated what a lot of people thought, that possibly he doesn't know much about Africa, that he's not going to be good for Africa. Where do you think that relationship will go? And could it be a competitor, a healthy competitor to China?
The America First, I mean, that resonance is not something that is necessarily negative as far as I'm concerned, because I think that when you are the leader of a nation, that has to be your concern. The interests of your people and your country first. And I think that what we on the continent are also required to do at all times is to define for ourselves what are our interests, what are our goals, and what are the instruments we need to assemble to be able to prosecute and realize these goals.
And do you think it's a healthy balance? I mean, do you think Africa is able to retain enough of what it needs when it comes to the big players like the US and China?
Maybe, because at the end of the day, even the period of liberation was undoubtedly helped by the Cold War reality of the West and the Soviet bloc. So to that extent too, I think, yes, there could be a positive aspect of it for us, this competition between the two great players at the moment, which allows us also to chart our own independent response to what we need to do to develop our continent.